Everyone has had a moment where they labeled themselves lazy. You put off a project, skipped a workout, or ignored that important email. It's easy to say, "I just don't feel like it," or "I'll do it later." But beneath that label of laziness, there's often something more complex happening. Something you don't want to admit because it challenges the narrative you've built about yourself. It isn't that you don't want success, it's that success itself terrifies you. Not consciously, perhaps, but in the background of your mind, there's a quiet fear that achieving your goals will demand more than you can give, reveal truths you're not ready to face, or change you in ways you can't predict. People don't fear failure as much as they fear what success will expose. If you succeed, you lose your excuses. You can't hide behind potential anymore. You're no longer the underdog with promise. Now you're someone who must deliver, maintain, and perform. The stakes rise, the expectations grow. The world looks at you differently. And suddenly there's pressure where there used to be freedom. You were comfortable being unseen. You knew how to navigate struggle. But thriving? That's unfamiliar terrain. And unfamiliarity is threatening, even when it's what you claim to want all along. This fear of success is often buried beneath habits that look like laziness. You procrastinate, you avoid, you sabotage your own momentum. But these aren't signs of a weak will. They are protective mechanisms, psychological barriers built to keep you safe from the vulnerability that comes with standing out. You've internalized the belief that being visible is dangerous, that success will isolate you, that reaching the top means being alone, misunderstood, or resented. So you stay in the middle, not quite failing, but not pushing forward either. In your mind, there's a story playing on repeat. If you try and fail, people will see you as incapable. But if you try and succeed, they might expect even more from you. And what if you can't keep it up? So instead, you hover in a gray zone of underperformance. You do just enough to avoid judgment, but not enough to truly stand out. You call it laziness, but it's really fear in disguise. A fear that success will change how others treat you, how you see yourself, and how safe you feel in the world. This fear often roots itself in childhood experiences. If you were praised only when you achieved, you may have learned that love is conditional. If success came with jealousy from peers or pressure from adults, you might associate achievement with discomfort. So as an adult, even if you consciously want to thrive, part of you is still protecting that inner child who learned that success comes with strings attached. You don't want to be resented. You don't want the pressure. You want to be free. And in your mind, staying small feels safer than stepping into the spotlight. Ironically, the longer you avoid success, the more it haunts you. You think about what could have been. You carry guilt for not doing more. You judge yourself for wasting time. And that self-judgment becomes another weight that keeps you stuck. It's not that you lack ambition. It's that you're at war with it. One part of you dreams big, another part slams the brakes. And until you understand why that inner resistance exists, you'll keep mistaking fear for laziness. Success is a responsibility. It means being accountable. It means facing criticism. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. And most of all, it means shedding the comfort of who you were in order to become someone new. That kind of transformation isn't easy. It requires discomfort. It demands courage. So your mind, trying to protect you from pain, creates distractions. Netflix, scrolling, overthinking, anything to avoid stepping into the unknown. But here's the truth. You don't overcome this fear by shaming yourself. You overcome it by listening to it. By asking, what am I afraid success will cost me? Maybe you fear losing your current relationships. Maybe you fear the pressure to keep up. Maybe you don't trust yourself to handle abundance. Whatever the fear is, it deserves your attention. Because once you understand it, you can work with it. You can reassure that scared part of you that it's okay to grow, that you don't have to sacrifice your peace to succeed. Success doesn't have to mean burnout. It doesn't have to mean loneliness. Those are old stories. Stories that came from watching people chase goals without balance, or from your own experiences of being praised only for results. You can redefine success. You can build it around sustainability, around alignment, around joy. But first, you have to stop hiding behind the label of laziness and admit what's really going on. You're scared. Not weak, not unmotivated, just scared. And that's okay. Fear is natural. It means you're on the edge of something meaningful. It means your comfort zone is being stretched. But if you let fear dictate your choices, you'll always find a reason to wait, to delay, to dream instead of do. And your life will be built not on what you wanted, but on what you were too afraid to pursue. You owe it to yourself to push through that fear, not recklessly, but intentionally, step by step, action by action. You don't have to leap into the unknown all at once. You just have to take the next small step, and then another, and then another. That's how momentum is built. That's how you prove to yourself that you can handle what success brings. Your future isn't waiting for a more motivated version of you. It's waiting for a braver version, one that knows fear is part of the journey, one that chooses to move forward anyway. So stop calling yourself lazy. You're not. You're human. And being human means having dreams that scare you. The question is, will you let that fear define you, or will you walk through it and finally claim the life you say you want?